Welcome fellow folders to the next partial tutorial, and we have Kanakoyo's Origami Hawk. Super stunning model, absolutely love this model. And when I uploaded the first video showing this, I got a ton of messages asking for a tutorial. So I asked the designer, he said yes, but I can't show the crease pattern in the video. So what I've done is I've left a link in the description to download the crease pattern, also the designer's page as well on Instagram. You can't download the crease pattern from Instagram, so I've also put that on Imgur, but you can click the link and then download the crease pattern, so it makes it easier to download. Yeah, so I won't show it in part 1, but obviously when I make the creases for part 2 and then colour them in, it will be shown there, so it's modified, not actually the full crease pattern, so it will be fine. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, makes this model. I'll have a video of me making this up in the next few days, so that will give me time to pre-crease this all again and then colour it all in. So let's put this to the side. And because I can't show the crease pattern, I have wrote 2 letters on the paper. We have S as for the scales, so the part of the crease pattern that has these creases are at the bottom, and I wrote L for the legs, which are at the top. It's to be like squares here. So legs at the top, scales at the bottom, and we have both diagonals, but I've only coloured in this one because this is the only one that gets used. If you look in the crease pattern, there is no diagonal all the way up the centre, so we don't need that. Now we're going to just take the left edge, fold it to the centre. We don't need this crease, it's only the pinch mark at the top that it makes. And as always, take your time, make sure you're more precise than me. I'll probably be going through it quite quick. Well, not quick, but more messy. So hard from this angle. And then just pinch. Right here, we don't need that crease. And then we're going to turn it around so the legs are at the bottom, and then make a crease from this point straight across while aligning the diagonal on top of each other. There is this pinch mark. Right there. So I've started the crease here, and we're going to turn it so the point lines up on the diagonal. And when I was explaining to the designer on it would be a partial tutorial, and he said that I could do a full one, but you don't learn as much from doing full tutorials because you're watching someone who's already done all the problem solving. So it's just a matter of following the video and then you've got the model. You don't fully learn from doing that. So that's why I'm still doing partial. So much better. Now, yeah, we're just going to fold this edge to here, and then same here, meet the creases on the diagonal. Unfold, and on the other side. Like that. Now we're just going to make a crease from here straight up, 2 90-degree creases. Start from that point. So I'm going to start the crease from the intersection and then just turn the paper so it lines up, and then make the crease. and and then make a crease from here to here. And we have that. Now I've also coloured in just the other diagonal, just to make it easier to follow. And we have this. So now we're going to take this edge, fold it over and line it up on the diagonal, and then start the crease from this point right here, all the way down to the bottom. So folding it over, first of all I'm going to start the crease at this intersection, or this point up here, right here, and then line up on the diagonal, and then crease. Again, just make sure you really take your time and make sure you're precise. The better you are now, the easier it will be later on. And then we're just going to do the exact same on this side. And we have this. So it starts there and then goes all the way down. Now we're just going to do again a 90-degree crease from this point, just straight up, and then here as well. This is where you want things to line up as much as possible, because it's one of those crease patterns where it really relies on you lining things up. Now, the next creases we're going to make are from this intersection right here, to these two right here. Again, 90-degree crease going straight through the paper, and then here as well. So it's probably easier to just do this way. Again, I'm going to start the crease right on the intersection and then line up. And then crease. Then you're going to extend it to the diagonal where it stops. So like that. And then the same on this side. And then like that. Now we are going to take these edges and one by one fold them to the centre, so we're just going to half this distance and here as well. So do this side first. It may be useful if you've not got this diagonal to just make it very gently so it's easier to line things up. And you're just going to fold this to the diagonal and then stop it here and here. So like that, that's the first one, then repeat it on this side. And then we are just going to connect a crease from here to here and here to here. And then I'm just going to fold this one down like this to make these ones, or this one, so there's only one crease. Now we are going to make a crease from, let me zoom out a wee bit. So a straight crease from here to here. Now we're just going to take this edge, fold it to this edge, and then make a crease from here to here, just as we've done up here with these two creases. Just going to do them down here as well. Again, the line isn't lining up, so I'm just going to lower it a wee bit just to show. So just make sure that yours is more precise than mine. Same again, it's just that. Now we are going to make a crease from this point, just straight across, so it's basically from here to here. I'm going to flip it around and do it like this. A little simple crease. Don't need to cut this part out, it's very quick. Now we are going to make a crease from this point, straight through here, all the way down, and we're going to stop it about here because we need to fold, we need to make the bisector of this line and this line, so it comes up, and then this crease will stop here and meet this one, so it will stop about here. That's where I'm going to stop first to try and see if it lines up. So again, from this point, straight down to about here. There's the crease. Yeah, it's right here. That will line up the back side. Oh yes, halfway anyway. And then I'll stop about here. I won't colour these in first until they've both lined up. So like that. Again, make sure you're more precise than me. And it stops about here. And then I'm just going to make this crease as well, just to finish this up. So you just take this edge and fold it onto this edge and then stop the crease where it hits this one. I'll just make it a bit longer, so this should, yeah, here we have an intersection. I'm going to colour this in real quick. Again, don't need to cut this part out. So that was the first one we made, and then the second one. right there. So, like that. Now, do the exact same. Well, yeah, I was supposed to miss out this part, miss the corner of this part. I wonder why it looked weird. Now, you're just going to do the exact same on the right hand side. So let me zoom down. You're just going to start the crease here, through the middle intersection, stop about here, and then fold the bisector of this crease to this crease, and then they'll meet naturally like this side. So we have that. Now what we're going to do is turn it around, make a crease from this intersection all the way down, and then the same from this point all the way across. So we'll do this one first. So the L is at the bottom right corner, and then again it's from this intersection right here, straight across. Like that, and then from where these two creases meet, same again, straight through, and it should pass through this point. If all is lined up, mine's probably one. So I'm going to start the crease from here. No, start it here. Looks about right. It's too high up. Yeah, let's go with this. And we have this. Now we're just going to do, well, you're going to do the exact same. So again, the L is at the top left corner now. From this intersection, straight down, and then from here, straight across. And we have this. This is the other side. So it starts here, all the way down, and then the left one, all the way across. Now what we're going to do is connect a crease right here from this point to this point. And again it's the S on the bottom. So I'm just going to fold it up. And then unfold. Don't need to stop for this. Like that. Now we are going to make a crease from here to here. So I'm going to start with a crease from this intersection. And then where is it on this side? And that makes from this point to this point. And I'm just going to turn it around and repeat it again. So this point to this point. And then hope everything lines up. And it does. Now we are going to make a crease again, the S is on the bottom, so this intersection right here, I'm going to make a straight crease all the way up. It starts from here, it goes from here down just to this line, and then up and stops on the crease that we just made. So I'm going to show you from this angle. From here to here. So I'm just going to start the crease from this intersection. Now I've got it lined up, I'm going to come down to this line. So it started here, I've just came down to this one, then we're going to go up until we hit that bisector we just made, which is this one right here. So like that. And then I'm just going to repeat it on this side. So if we turn it around, again this intersection right here, not this one, this one. Now I've got it lined up, just going to come down to the next crease, and then up to the crease we just made, and then stop right there. So like that. And this is what it looks like once I've coloured it in. It's easier to see. So, God, where's the crease? I forgot to colour on the bottom. I was wondering why it looked so weird. Okay, so the bottom of that isn't even straight. Anyway, so this is what it looks like from here. Zoom out a wee bit. And then here. Now, if we turn it around, so the S is in the bottom left corner, we are going to make a 90 degree crease from this point straight up, and it should line up with this point. So from here to here. Like that. Now I'm just going to flip the paper around, do the exact same. So again from this point, straight across to this point. I'm going way off on this one. Try and make up for it. Like that. And now they are coloured in, so it'll be easier to see. So these ones right here. Now if we flip the paper completely around, so the L is now on the bottom, what we're going to do now is take this crease, this big one right here, and fold it onto this one. I'm going to get the bisector and then stop it on this crease. So let me show you. Now it would be much easier if I could show on the crease pattern as well, but I can't for this part. So I'm going to take this crease, fold it to this edge, and then stop it when it hits this crease here. Like that. And now we're going to make a crease from this point to this point. just going to start it from there, turn the paper, and adjust it. So I've made the second one. Now you're just going to repeat these two creases on this side with the L on the bottom. So we've just made this one and then this one. Now wait, flip it back round so the S is on the bottom. Pardon me, we're going to make a crease basically the exact same as the one we just made, but we're going to stop it from this point to this point and stop here. The exact same as this, even though this goes a bit further up. We're just going to stop it right here. So I'm going to start the crease from the bottom intersection and then line up. And then just stop it right here. And then I'm going to do the exact same on the other side, so I'm going to flip it right round. So the S is on the right hand side, L is on the left hand side, and then from this point up to this point. And I can kind of cover these on, don't need to turn the camera off for these ones. So just like that. Now what we're going to do next is, with the L on top, we're going to turn it around. So now it's on the bottom right hand corner. This square right here, the one up from the corner, this one right here. We're going to need to divide this into thirds. So two ways you can do it. You can just fold the paper over and then hopefully you can get some sort of thirds. Basically do that. Or you can measure it. So let me just show you an example. I'm going to measure the distance here. What are we at? 8.5. 8.5 divided by 3 is 2.83, and then make a pinch mark or a wee mark at 2.83. I'm actually going to do it this way. This is the way I've done it on mine, just so I could get more accurate. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do the first way or this way. So 2.83, 2.5678, around about there. So you only need one, because when we make this crease, then we just need to half this distance. So I'm actually going to flip the paper over, since the pen mark is on the outside now, so it's easier to line up. So I'm just going to fold until I can see the pen mark, which is right there. I'm going to line it up. Now that the crease is on the pinch mark, I'm just going to adjust the edge of the paper to line up with the edge, and then make the crease. And then we're going to stop it on the, let's see, yeah, the first bisector. So not the first crease, but the second crease. So we're going to stop it right here. Not the first one, but the second one. Now we're just going to half this distance. So this crease to this one, or vice versa. I'm just going to do this crease. And then the same again, you're going to stop on the same crease, which is right there. Now we're going to do the exact same thing right here. So again, 2.83. I'm going to assume it's the same distance. I'll just check. Yep. So again, I'm going to measure 2.83, 2.5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 8. Round about there. So we had the paper like this. The S is on the top left hand corner. Now we're going to turn it around. So now it's on the bottom left hand corner, the S, and then this first square, second square down. This is the first one, the second one, and then it's again same, just divide into thirds. And then stop the crease on the bisector. So like that. So you're doing the exact same thing, you're just avoiding this square here. And then I'm just going to take this crease to this one. Stop on the same crease as well, like that, and have this. So now what we're going to do is just line up the creases, so a crease from here to here, and then here to here. That is the first one, and then the second one. And I'm going to quickly colour these in. And we have this. Now what we're going to do is just divide each part in half again, then the same here, so it's half, 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 and then on the other two parts. And then you're stopping on the same crease just as before. And then once more. Like that, and then same again on these three parts. And as always, just make sure you're super precise, because this is going to eventually be the wings. So you want to try and get them as neat as possible, so you can get a nice result. And we'll just use this one. Just like that, and again we're just going to connect the creases up to the points we just made. I'm actually going to just colour them in and then I'll make them after it. And you should have this. Now what we're going to do is just fold this edge to the first crease, this one right here, just to half this distance, and then stop the crease where it hits the diagonal. So like that. And then we need to divide this part into 3. So, but we don't need to measure this time because we've done it for this part. We can use these creases to make the thirds. So what we're going to do is fold this crease over, and then we're going to go up 2 creases, 1 and then 2, and then we're going to make a crease. So line up with the second crease, and again stopping where it hits the diagonal, and then you can either go up 2 creases or just half the distance. I'll go up another 2. Why not? I'm already in this position. So from here, 1, 2, and again stop where it hits the diagonal, like that. And now we are just going to bring down 2 creases, the top 2. In fact, let me colour it in first, just so it's easier to show what I'm trying to do. So we have this. Now we're just going to again bring this crease straight down and this one straight down. So that's the first one. And then the second one. Like that. And again I'll quickly colour this in. Yours should be a lot more preciser than mine. So I ended up confusing myself there for a second. No mistakes were made, I just had the crease pattern the wrong orientation. Now we're just going to make one final crease right here from this point to this point. I'll just freehand this. So, like that. And again, this is in the position with the S on the bottom left hand corner and the L on the top right. Now you're going to do everything that we've just done right here on this side. And again, refer to the crease pattern, make sure you have, of course, this part down towards the E, so don't get them mixed up and put this crease on this side. So one's at the top, one's at the bottom, make sure they're correct. I would show you on the crease pattern, but I can't because you know why. So make sure you notice that you're doing it on the correct and the right hand side. So now we have the orientation of scales on the bottom legs on top, we're going to reverse it or flip it. So now the legs are on the bottom. Let's just zoom in. We're going to do a few more creases on the legs, and then we're going to do more on the scales, and then that is it. That's all I'm going to show you. With these you can definitely figure out all the rest. So what we're going to do now is, even though we don't have this diagonal, unless you did make it, in this case I've drawn it, so we're just going to take the bisector. So we're going to take this crease, fold it to this one, and then stop it on this one. And if you don't have this, if you don't have the diagonal, then just fold the paper over in half and then make the crease very gently, because this diagonal goes through all the parts that you see in the model, so it's important that you don't make it. Anyway, so we've made this one, we're just going to do the same on this side. Just like that, colour these in because I'm like here. No raw, freehand, you can draw a straight line. Now we are going to make a crease straight up from here to here. So we're going to fold this edge over while aligning this crease on top of each other, and then start it from this point. So I'm ready to make the crease, and we're going to stop it right here. So through the first crease, stop at the second, unfold. I'm going to do the same on this side. Almost dropped the pen. And then we're going to make crease coming straight down, and here as well. So there's the first one, then the second one here. Like that. And then same two on this side. Just like that. And now the final two creases for the legs that I'm going to show you are just from here to here. So we're just doing the exact same two creases as these two, just on the top. And I'm not going to make them, so I'm just going to colour them in because it's much easier. Now we have that. Now that's all I'm going to show you for the legs, so I'm going to zoom out. flip the paper right around, and then more creases here, and then that is it. You're on your own. Now with the scales on bottom, we are first of all going to divide this part into 4. Now bear in mind that this is where the top of the body will be, so I'm going to make the creases fully, but I would like you to make them like as soft and gentle as possible, and like the middle part, because they will get seen. Again, it's entirely up to you if you want to have extra creases or a cleaner body. It doesn't fully matter, but it's just a personal preference. So try and stop them about like a halfway around here. So first I'm going to divide this part into 4, again stopping at these creases. So that's the halfway crease, and then we're just going to half it again. And of course, when you do this, try and be as precise as possible. And then I'm just going to use this crease to make the final one. I'll just hold it down. Now next we are going to, so fold the bisector, so take this edge and fold it to this crease, and then stop it where it hits this line. So right here. And then we're going to repeat it on this side. Like that. So I'm going to colour them in, and we have this. So we've divided this part into 4, and we've made the bisector. Now what we're going to do is make a crease from this point to this point. And basically the same again, we're going to divide this part into 4. With the halfway crease, we can extend to the very edge. So I'm actually going to I'll use the top crease and just fold it down. So we can make this first crease to the edge of the paper. Well, to where this crease, this line, you stop it here. Like that, and then I'm just going to half again each one. But with this one we'll stop about the same position as where the first 4 stopped. And then once more we'll stop in the same place as we just did. I'll just make this easier to see. So let me again colour in. What we're going to do now is from, let's show you flat down to easier. So with the S in the bottom right, we're just going to extend this crease right here 3 units. So we're going to extend it 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to do this freehand. So just extend it 3. So I'm going to line it up with this intersection. And then just do 3. Unfold it. And then let me just colour this in. And now we're just going to bring it down 1 unit. So it's a 90-degree crease, so I'm going to start the crease from here and line it up as if I'm going to make it all the way down. But it only needs 1 unit's worth. So it starts there, and then I'm just going to line it up with the edge, and then crease 1 unit. Like that. So we have this. And then we are going to make the halfway crease all the way down from this point all the way down to here. It's the halfway between these 2 lines. So I'm just going to take this edge, fold it to this edge, and then crease down till we hit this crease. And again, we're starting from this point, if I didn't already say that. Again, just make sure you're really precise when you do this. So like that. Now we are going to make a 90-degree crease from this intersection. So a crease going straight across. So I'm going to fold over the paper, start the crease from that point, and then line up the edge. So that's it started from here. I'm just going to use it. Line up. Yes, so it goes between the 2 creases. I forgot to mention that before I made the crease, I do apologise. So it starts here, and then goes to here, and then here. Not any further. So just like that. Now, do the exact same on this side. These creases here, on here, and we have this. So I'm only going to show 2 more creases, and then you will be all good and set to figure out the rest. If you really want to make this model, I know you can do it. You need to test yourself and practice. Now 2 more creases, as we're just going to make a crease from this point to this point, and then half the distance. So I'm just going to fold up this crease first. And this, when you half it, should make the units the same size as these ones. So we've made, so that's the first crease we've made, and now we're just going to half the distance. and it fully lined up with the other creases as well. Where does this stop? Let me just check. It stops up from that part, so it stops about here. And there we go, we have the final crease that I'm going to show you. Now you have the perfect setup, all the fundamental creases that are necessary to pre-crease the rest of them. I'll just quickly show you them as well. So I have the S, or the scales at the bottom. Then I'm going to turn it clockwise, so the S is the bottom left. And then I'm going to turn it around again. Now the L is in the bottom right. And then the L's in the bottom. And then the final, second final, just to show you the centre. Now that is the end of part 1. Part 2 will be collapsing. I should get it pre-creasing in a few days when I feel like it, honestly. So when you're pre-creasing this, you should be marking off the creases on the crease pattern as you go along. It is much easier to figure out what you need to make and what you've already made. And that is it, that's all I need to say. Hopefully you can manage to pre-crease the rest. I know you can, it's not that difficult. And if you really want to make this model, then go for it. If you need any help, send me a message, leave a comment and I'll answer. And that is it, see you in collapsing in part 2.